On this episode of Pimp My Setup, I'm going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're not interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts now.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup, episode number 157, recorded live on November 20, 2016. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly. If you guys want to submit your setup, I get questions all the time. PimpMySetup.com/Q is the place to go. And also, we do all these live. Watch on Twitch or YouTube, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And you can be a part of the live chat where I read all during the show. And you could get your comment read out. It's exciting. But we got 9 setups. Let's hop into the first one. First one of the day, submitted by Elvar. I think. I don't know how else you would say that.
It says Christian for me.
It says Christian. That's a big problem because I'm pretty sure Christian doesn't exist. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so the emails are out of whack. So, whoa, we're off to a great start. Okay, Christian, he's 18, and he's actually a guitarist for his band. He likes to produce electronic music, right? Yeah, and he's not a gamer, so don't make any gaming comments, even though I'm pretty sure he has gaming peripherals, but we'll let it slide. I mean, he probably just wanted the LEDs, but I'm almost positive that's more so for a gaming setup. Now, my first initial thought is, how do you not have a mouse pad? You know what I mean? Like,
it's so smooth that he's like
no, I mean, I don't know. I just think that from my personal experience, that's not the best way to do it. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Do you think he could live without it? Let me know. Now, first thing other than that I noticed was how the speakers are. Well, the monitors, rather. I like that they got the red on there. It really flows through, which is nice. And I thought the rest of the room was kind of just random. You know, the close part, the tight-knit part of his setup is done so well in terms of keeping a theme of color and keeping it pretty usable, so on and so forth. But I think that the rest of the setup above is just random. He's got some stuff there. He's got, let's see, something that says something about food is allowed. Something, oh, yeah, I don't know what that says. You can't really see it on stream. It's like the top left. But the right above, those are all guitar strings. I know that, which is cool. Just looks a little random, especially because he has like all these nails in the wall. You know, the guitars are cool, but the Marshall amp is covering part of it, and the posters. Although it's cool because it adds a little bit to, you know, the setup in terms of what you like. They're just sort of random. So I'd like to see that side wall a little more geared towards focusing on the guitars, I guess, if that makes sense. And then in the corner, he does have like some storage bins, so that's nice, you know, a little bit of storage. But in terms, wow, acorns left and right. Now, in terms, really? Every time I talk, it's like acorn. The setup itself, man, I gotta sneeze. I'm not gonna lie, I really need to sneeze. Usability there, I mean, it works. It's simple. It's straight to the point. It's nothing crazy. You know, oh god, here we go. Oh god. Okay.
What? Yeah.
Can you imagine? The actual piano itself is cool, but again, I always say this for these kind of setups. Playing the piano just seems like a little bit of, like you gotta do that stretch arm zombie kind of thing. And then, I think, you know, it's just simple. Little things here and there that I'll fix, but it's one of those setups where it's like, it's cool, it's not perfect, it's just cool. And he's not into gaming or anything like that, so I think it works. You know what I'm saying? Right, Tom?
Yep.
Cool. Thank you, everyone. That's God bless you. That really to know that I have a live audience that would say that to me. Anyways, okay, let's go to the next setup submitted by. Is this okay? Who's the name on it?
Birk.
Who? Birk. Oh my! It's all the emails are out of whack today. Anyways, Birk is 17. 38. He uses this setup for gaming and schoolwork. He plans on getting the Fantex Evolve, which is the tempered glass case. It's actually the one I was deciding between for myself to get the other day because, God, that case, if you have not seen it, it is really, really, really nice looking, especially the new one where the side panel window is just... it's a great case. He also wants to drill holes for the peripheral cables and manage the monitor cables a little bit better, or at least that's what he says. Now, my first thing that I went to was definitely the walls. It's that wallpaper. Not a fan of that at all. And even, I think he had mentioned this in the email. I think if you go to the second photo, you could kind of see like these stains, the discoloration and things like that. And sort of his explanation was, I don't know what that is. So that kind of grosses me. Like, how does that just happen? Unless it was there when you got the house. But regardless, you definitely need to do something about that. Get rid of the wallpaper, paint it. It will definitely simplify the room, make it look nicer overall. But that's not to say that the setup itself isn't good. You know, you look at the posters and sort of the shelving unit up above. Very nice, neat, straight to the point, shows what you like. Really, I mean, it has a lot of stuff there. It's good. I think the part about the shelves that I don't like is how you're mounting them. The bracket piece, whatever, I forget the word for that. It's just, it looks huge. It's like ginormous. And because of that, it looks like it's way too high up. You know what I mean? I don't think the shelves are necessarily too high, but I think having the brackets that size makes it look so high. I'm like really bad at explaining things today, but that's my scientific explanation of that. And then, yeah, so I think the usability of the triple monitor setup is awesome. Obviously, I mean, look at that. It's perfectly lined up. That's hands down one of the hardest things to do in a setup is actually get them to be perfectly aligned. Trust me, if you haven't done it before, you do not understand what it's like. Now, the PC I thought could go off to the side a little bit more. It seems like it's a little close up to him. Same with the headphone stand, kind of move that out of the way. Now, the other thing I didn't really like was the speaker placement. We could see the left one in the first photo, and we can't find the right one. And if you go to the second photo, which is sort of like a closer up, it's almost like the speaker's gone. You know, so where to go? Where are the speakers? Do you still use the speakers? Are these taken at different times? So it's really just kind of hard to pinpoint what's going on in that regard. But, you know, I will say cable management's not awful. You know, you're just utilizing the Signum. But I definitely think some thought process into, like you said, dealing with the monitor cables and the peripheral cables will take this to the next level. Yeah. Cool. Fun fact. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say to that one. So let's go to the next one. This is Elvar. Elvar is also 17, and he mainly uses his setup for gaming, editing, videos, and just hanging out. Now, I got to give him props for really, and sorry, the wind is very windy out today, so you might hear some wind. Wow. That I feel like Dorothy, you know, like also a wicked witch right through the door. Dorothy. Okay. Auntie M. So, anyways, I really like what he's going for with this setup. In some places, there are things that need to be fixed, of course, like every setup. But look at like the attention to detail in the like he's got the planes, he's got them all over the setup. Just the stuff on display, the rocket ship, or spaceship, whatever you want to call it, the boat, like just a lot of cool little knickknacks, nice storage options. I like it. And he's really utilizing all the IKEA furniture in a nice way. A lot of storage options available, which is good. Usability of the speakers, placement of all the peripherals, things of that nature. Super dope. I like. People are flipping out about the monitor. I don't think the monitor is necessarily old. I think it's just, that's a white bezel and it's like a flat matte color. So that's just, people have them, you know? It's just not common. Doesn't mean that it's not like the latest and greatest. Yeah, it's not probably the best thing in the world, but I like what he's going for. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I thought the drinks, that was a little weird putting that there, unless, I don't know, sentimental value. Yeah, maybe Chugster. He's like world fastest drinker. He's like David Blaine, just, you know. Anyways, by the way, who saw that David Blaine thing? That dude is not human. He needs help. You know, it's hard to kind of see the wire management and stuff. I brightened it up a little bit. It's not bad. And then I thought just utilization of the right above the monitor. You need to kind of put something there, not just that little piece of what even is a picture? Like, I can't see from.
It looks like a little painting thing.
Yeah, well, throw it out. It's probably something like, you know, his cousin did, and it's like means a lot to him. I don't know, but I would like to see that worked on. But really, I like what you're going for. It's nice. It seems like a little hangout section where everything's good. It's just nice chill out place, and not bad at all. So let's go to the next setup, submitted by Sean. Now Sean is not 17, but if you add 10, you'll get his age. So if you can't do math, that's 27. So 27 years old, and he uses this setup for gaming, work, and home media. And he said cable management is an SOB, which we could see in the next photo. Here's the thing. He's got it, right? He's got the Signum, but then he just did like the spaghetti monster vomit section. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you got some stuff to work on. I mean, coming out of the subwoofer, that should be all tied up into a single strand of cables, not spider web or anything like that. Kind of like how you did it out of the PC, but a little bit neater than that. And really, it's not that hard. If you have a Signum, it's not that hard. But it is safe to say that if you think that's sufficient, then there you go. But of course, being on this show, I'm going to talk about it. Now, going back to the first photo, this is where I sort of... I'm not a huge fan, and the reason I say is because he was on the Facebook group, setupaddicts.com, talking about where to get that monitor riser. That's what he was calling it. And yeah, it's the IKEA riser, and he got it, but I don't think it helped him, because he's not centered to it. The idea of that is you're going to sit in the center of that opening, that gap, right where the two shelves are, and he's not. So think about where the center of the monitor is. It's off to the left. So I guess you can say theoretically he's using a primary display with the left one just as a secondary, which is cool. But it looks awkward because of the IKEA Alex shelf. Plus, it's white, so it just kind of like pops out and just looks really, really weird. And if you open up the drawer on the right side, it's going to hit the keyboard. I mean, obviously I'm over exaggerating there, but it's just to, discuss the placement of things. So that's kind of how I feel about all that. I understand moving it a little bit more to the side also doesn't work because of the speakers and also because of the way that the desk is set up, because it has that curve, so on and so forth. And yes, the TV, the bezels are fatter than your mom. And the thing is, trying to center that as well, you then have to shift the shelf, you have to shift the TV. It's just a lot of work to get it to how you want it. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. I understand why you can't make the different changes, but that's just my 2 cents. Also, storage off to the right side of the shelves, that's cool and all, but like I see you have your motherboard box and all that stuff. It seems just like a waste of space. And I also don't know about the PC being in the spot that it's at, because if you could see it in the first photo, that where it is in comparison to your legs and stuff, it's right under the mouse pad. So you might be tightening it up a little bit. You could put it off to the other side of the desk and it should work just as well. But I think this is just a tricky setup to kind of make it work, especially because of the Alex riser. But yeah, now let's go on the next setup. Only stay on this photo, right? This is our boy Isaiah. I
thought you had the pronunciation.
Because I was going to say Isaiah. I was going to say Isaiah because I'm stupid. Isaiah. Anyways, Isaiah, he was on episode 59 of Pimp My Setup. This was his submission. Now, I remember telling him, I'm like, bro, finish it. Like, it's obviously bare bones. You got the wood, you got all that stuff. But he said, dude, I got you. And he did it. And look at it now. Oh my God. What? That's nice. Now, we see all the Rubik's Cubes. We saw in the first photo as well. This dude can solve a Rubik's Cube in 13 seconds or less.
Really?
13 seconds or less.
I can do it in like 2 minutes.
Shut up, Tom. No one cares. Yeah, you actually can. I remember. I used to watch all those videos. I'm like, what a loser.
Do it to this day.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, you flash back one more time for everyone. You could see it's the same. It's literally the same room, the same setup, the same corner. Boom. Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show with a little bit of and a little bit of you can really take something from to you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I just wanted to do weird noises. But yeah, so really absolutely insane.
Those monitors are fucking huge.
Yeah, they're huge. People are like, I can't even finish a Rubik's Cube. I could solve one side. I think that's sufficient. So yeah, really though, I mean, episode 159, that's insane. That was almost 100 episodes ago. That was like 7 years ago. Anyway, I talking about the setup though, in terms of what I like, what I don't like, I gave him a great score. You know, theme is there. I thought it was done very well. The shelves are really cool with all the different Rubik's Cubes, all the different Lego pieces and things like that. Thought it was really, really nice. And he's even able to have a little bit of storage built into that like left side piece, which is cool. And then also he was able to have the computer cables feed through that. And it's like really just well done. Very, very well done. Now, let's see. What was I going to say? It looks a little, I mean, this is something he's not going to have he's not going to be able to fix it. I guess that's how I would say it. The depth of the desk, I mean, he looks like he's really right up against those monitors. So seeing the far left and the far right of the, you know, the outside monitors is probably really, really hard to do. You know what I mean? Because his face, his nose is like, you know, rubbing up against the monitor. Can you imagine that? He's like, I swear it's so usable. Just like, but you know, I looked at all the different things, like, yeah, peripheral cables. If you really want to go crazy, you could do that. Little things here and there, but he's got the headphone mount, blah, blah, blah. Really, really, really like it. And yeah, I think the one thing I didn't really like as much was the Kylo Ren piece, only because it is like red. And I look at this setup and I thought like blue from the PC, the case, the LEDs, the wallpaper. I thought it would look really cool if you had something that was blue there. Maybe a little bit more, just like pop in color a little bit more and really utilize that right side of the desk with possibly something else. You know, because it just looks a bit empty. But I think absolutely insane. I mean, going from what you had to what you have now is just remarkable. Absolutely insane. Okay. People are saying mount the monitors. Yeah. I mean, it's not really going to save them. It's going to maybe get them like 2 inches.
If you put them like straight up against, like,
I don't know. It should. I mean, it should just theoretically go back, but
it looks pretty tight though.
It is. And that's the problem. I mean, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world though. Absolutely insane. I need to sneeze again. I'm trying to fight it. I will not be that guy. I will not sneeze again on stream. I've already done it once. Anyways, let's go to the next setup submitted by Gregor. Gregor here, 17. See, another 17-year-old. He wants to replace his secondary monitor so bad. So bad. But he's not, because it's still there. So this setup, man, oh man. As much as I want to say great job, it's hard because, yeah, you have a nice desk, but then you have an extra piece of the desk off to the left. Doesn't work. Doesn't look good. Shouldn't. I mean, yeah, they match for the most part, but it's not ideal. Get rid of that. You got to either just stick with the one desk you have now, or you need to get a L desk and it will work perfectly. Now, really, a lot of stuff all over the place. Look under the secondary monitor. I mean, you have books there just to match it up. I think you get rid of the secondary monitor for now. I think that will help quite a bit. I do think that the PC is in an awful, awful spot. Just absolutely awful. It really took all that room that you had and you just said, nah, I'm good. Also, that shelf to the right side looks like the door opens right up to it. I mean, if you zoom out there, you can kind of see the door frames right next to the actual shelf. So you open that thing up and bam! Not good. Definitely not good. The left side, too, of the desk has a lot of stuff on it. He said, also, one thing I don't understand what he's going for here, because he's like, if you zoom out, his bed frame is blue, right? That's weird, first off. But he said, oh, I know black and red is overdone, but I already had the picture of the telephone booth, so I had to go with it. I'm like, what? First off, it's not even a black and red setup. You have red LEDs. I mean, whippity-doo. What else? Do you see anything, Tom?
I mean, like the San Francisco bridges.
Yeah, but, that's not even... no. I really had a hard time understanding what he's going for there, so... Dude, this is not a black and red setup. You have RGB LEDs. You change it whatever color you want. I don't know, maybe blue, considering you have blue bed frame. And then get rid of the telephone booth. It's dumb. Get rid of the San Francisco bridge, Golden Gate Bridge, whatever. Set it on fire. And then get yourself new artwork. It'll make a huge difference. It'll look a lot nicer. And it'll fill up that wall. But I think the last thing you need to be worried about is what color your LEDs are. You got a lot of other work to do. Boom. And actually, yeah, people are making fun of his bed and chair. Yeah. All right, that's mean, guys. God, back off. But really, you guys see that? Anyways, I don't really have much else to say for my boy Gregor. So let's go to Mitchell, who's 14, youngest of the episode. And, well, actually tied for youngest. Wow. Let's see. Uses his setup for gaming and schoolwork and has a YouTube channel called Meeser Gust. Yeah. I guess usernames are really, it's really hard to find some usernames nowadays. Now with this setup, man, oh man, oh man. I didn't know your bed would be that small and you'd have it right next to your monitors and stuff. That was a good one. So here's the thing. First thing I saw was the guitar. I'm like, what the You have a floor stand, but you put it on your desk, so that's not a good idea. Get the guitar off the damn desk. What are you, crazy? Are you crazy?
What if you want to do it real quick and start playing?
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna play a song. Yeah, no, get rid of that. Put that down. The guitar is cool, just not a good idea to put it there. Now, I thought usability of everything else was sort of like almost good. The bin to the right, that's cool and stuff, but it just seems like really you didn't use that right side of the table at all. And also with the way that you have the table set up, you just lost a whole bunch of usability on the actual main table. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna assume it does. There's no way you could make it work. Because if you pull the desk to the left, I guess the right side doesn't fit. I don't know. Maybe if you moved your little bed, you could figure it out. But if it doesn't work, then I guess it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's. I would use the other table. Honestly, I would use the longer tabletop as your desk because you'd save a lot more room. You'd have more usability. I just feel like the spacing with the PC and all that would just be a lot nicer. So. Yeah, I mean, that's just how I see things. Plus, someone actually just made a good point. Charles in the chat just said, why not take the pet bed, move that to wherever, and then put the guitar where that is? That's a good idea. But yeah, I definitely think moving to the other desk is going to help a lot. And it's not a bad setup. It's just super simple. There's nothing on the walls. There's really no personality. That's what you need to work on. It's just probably shifting, and that'll be everything you need to do. So... what are you gonna do about it? So yeah, I don't have much else to say for him. I think that was a pretty simple explanation to fix it. So this setup is submitted by Will. Will16 uses setup for drawing, editing pictures, and listening to music. His YouTube channel is Morarty, Mohriarty. So this setup had a lot to like about it. I think the theme, absolutely awesome. Look at all the baseballs on the top left. I mean, that's a lot of baseballs. All the bobbleheads, whatever. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Maybe for some people, too much stuff in the sense that it will look cramped and sort of like, oh, I don't know about that. But you kind of seem to think that you're a magician by putting the cloth in the corner section. I'm looking right through that. That's definitely your way of hiding all the cables. You have your cable management box and you have like this magical sheet that just hides everything. So yeah, I definitely think it looks a little trashy. If it was at least like pulled tight, you know what I mean? There wasn't any like ripples through it. I think it would look a lot neater. Man, I gotta sneeze again. I hate this feeling. So yeah, I definitely think that is one of the things I would work on. I mean, you could keep it there, but just you gotta fix it. You know what I'm saying, dog? And then the setup itself, I mean, it's just such a small space. I guess it's not awful, but there's not a lot of like... There's not a lot of... Yeah, I just think that it's not roomy enough. So, I would definitely maybe try to expand on that just a smidget if you could, but I don't think it's going to happen. And then the right side is cool, but it's, it's just a nice setup. A lot of stuff, though. Definitely a lot of stuff going on. So, let me know what you guys think if you would... if you'd want to change it or what you would do. But yeah. Oh, hi, Tom. So yeah, just, a little bit of and and then
That's all you do when you have nothing else to say. A little and a
That's what I'm saying, though, because I think if you just out a little bit and then and then woo, woo, it would be all good. But I don't know. You got to work on that. Now let's go to the last setup of the day. So I'm going to buy Richard. Richard here is 14. And he uses his setup for gaming and making websites. Now, yeah. I mean, yeah. First off, old desk, that's cool, whatever. But, man, I think the problem here is he's too spoiled to where his monitors, he's actually fully immersed It's almost like a true VR experience. You look to the left and it's like, oh my God, I could see all the way to the left. You look all the way to the right, still there. But keep it right there, Tom. Keep it right there. Look at the right display. How in the world is that usable? How? You see what I'm saying, Tom? It's like almost a right angle. That's an obtuse angle right there.
Really close.
That's really not good. I don't like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? And yes, it's so said, is he on the moon? Like, look out his window. Yeah, it looks like. I guess it's snowing by him. Which, by the way, I could go for some snow right now. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, the photos are really dark and a terrible shot down below, so we can't really see how bad his wire management is. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's wire management's probably okay. Apparently, there's a beep now in the sound, which is wonderful. And then, yeah, I think the mouse pad on mouse pad, I've never been a fan of that, especially when it's the Razer. I hate that damn Razer freaking mouse pad. How often do I say that? I do not like that. I do not like it. Whoever made that at Razer should be fired because it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I'm not talking about the RGB Firefly. I'm literally just talking about the Goliath or whatever the hell it's called. Do not like that. Speakers, whatever. They're like those see-through kind of speakers, which is cool. The setup's nice. It's just really though, Richard, is that like actually comfortable and easy to use? Do you really utilize the left and right, like the far left and right spot of the monitors? I just have such a hard time believing that you do. I don't know. And I think that maybe if you want to email me some brighter photos so I can look at and kind of give you an idea of what else I would do. But from what I can see, there's no theme. I mean, you have a single piece of sound foam on the wall and then one up against the window. I mean, if your theme is, I don't know, then I think you did it. I think you definitely did it. But looks like a lot of potential, but I don't know, man. I can't really give you like a full review. I mean, yeah. And he says he likes to make websites, so why not have oh my God, you know what would be sick? All three monitors vertical. Dude, that would look sick because it would be so much more closer together and you'd really be able to utilize that. Man, dude, yo, son, diggity dog, home slice.
How would that work with the curve monitor? Like, it doesn't matter.
It would be like, whoa.
So weird. Give you a headache or something.
Oh, he'd probably vomit all over the place. It'd be awesome. Let's see it. Richard, home slice, diggity dog, my number one. I just did number two. That defeats the purpose. Let's see it. I'd like to see that. Anyways, all right, let's do the scores. First setup submitted by Christian. Got an 80. Birk with a 78. Elvar with an 84. Sean with a 74. Isaiah. See what I'm saying? 94. Hey. Gregor with a 70. Mitchell with a 72. Will with an 88. And your boy Richard with a 72, which is camera's out of whack. Oh. You like that? You guys think it's just the camera, but it's actually my slick moves. Makes me look like a good robot dancer. Of course, that always happens. I don't care. Everyone can go get a life. If that really affects you, then so be it. I don't even have to move my mouth. I'll just keep my mouth the way it is. It's all good, dude. It's not your camera, your I mean, damn it. Your computer's not frozen. It's just life, dude. Okay, wrap it up. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode 157. We're live on November 20, 2016. My name is February 20, I'm going to see you later. Bye. Dab.